Hi there, I'm Annie, your fairy blog mother. Today we're going to be talking about CoSchedule for scheduling your life. Okay. So when you think about CoSchedule, you really it's kind of one of those deals that you go, I don't know, I've not heard much about it, and not really sure what to do with it. But let me show you some of the really cool things about it that I think may just change your mind. Oh, did y'all see my wings? Aren't they special? Yeah. Don't know crown today, just the wings. Okay, let's take a look. So when we go to CoSchedule, the first thing that you're going to normally see is the home. Okay. And the home at a glance, there it comes. Home at a glance is going to kind of show me what my week is like. Now, I've not scheduled a whole lot of things for this week because I'm just testing this for the moment, but it will be a lot more full than this. So, this is just at a glance. You're going to spend most of your time here in this calendar view, which gives you a lot more detail and a lot more variation of what you can see. For example, here are the posts that I posted last week. So it pulls in anything that I've already posted, right? Shows me what it was. This is my Instagram post and so forth. Um, cool thing is, I mean, it pulled in the image and everything. So I can, see what I posted last and I can go directly to that post and any comments and so forth. One of the best features, and I'm going to show you this little plus sign here, of course, is going to allow you to make these different various things. Before we go there, I want to show you a couple of things. The integrations and the social on this are amazing. So let's just start with the social profiles. Most of you don't have this problem, but let me tell you, I do. I have 4 or 5 websites, right? And I have 3 or 4 Instagram profiles. So I have set every one of those up right here. I don't know if you can see it or not. Probably not. Um, let me make sure. Yeah, you're screen sharing. Okay. I've got, Facebook groups, I've got Facebook pages for the various ones, and I've got the 3 Instagram profiles that I have for the 3 different businesses. So I can pick and choose from these inside of my calendar where I'm posting what. Makes sense? Now, a couple of things to note. First of all, CoSchedule is $40 a month. However, if you make a video similar to this, they'll give it to you for $20 a month. And then they've got some other things. If you get so many people to sign up, they give you more off, typical affiliate stuff. So you might look into that as well. But you can get it for $20 a month for a year by simply making a short video. Okay. It does have allow you to have team members. So if you have a team, this is a great thing. They can go in and schedule things on your behalf. I don't have a team. So there you go. But you can connect any of these Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. You'll notice something missing: Pinterest. So here's the deal. It used CoSchedule used to have a connection to Pinterest using a third-party app. Every time for the last month or so, every time that it would post something to Pinterest, it would post it like 4 or 5 times right in a row. And Pinterest, of course, shut you out, right? Because it doesn't like that. So they pretty much had just pulled it out. No Pinterest. But let me tell you a little secret that I'm sure you already know. Over the last 6 months, I think you'll note that even using Tailwind with Pinterest is a bad thing. People are not having near as much success, excuse me, using Tailwind as they do to manually pin. Well, I don't know about y'all, but manual pinning, really? I mean, come on. Who's got time for that, right? So, what I do when I create a blog post, I pin right then, and that's pretty much the end of that. I don't pin anymore unless I'm just happen to be sitting around one evening and pin again. But I don't pay attention to Pinterest because Pinterest has not been good for me and my audience. It may be exactly what you need, but for me and my audience, not so much. Okay. So that's not a problem for me that it does not pin to Pinterest. But I'm going to, I'll put a poll up here in just a minute that will show you, that will ask you exactly how you feel about it, because you may feel totally and completely different. Oops, excuse me. It may be a real problem for you. Instagram. The only problem with Instagram, you can do everything you need to do right here in Instagram. You can do all of your hashtags, your posts. You can even do a template so that your standard hashtags are already there. You write your post, upload your video. I mean, you can do that too, but upload your image and schedule it for posting. There's one problem. When it comes right down to posting, it won't post it for you. It will send you a notice on your phone, and then you will have to push the button to post it. So, is that a problem for you? I think it's kind of silly, but I get it. I can't post anything to Instagram from my computer anyway, so it may not be a problem. Again, I'll have that question, and just tell me in the comments what you think about that. Okay. So that's the only two downsides that I see, to be honest with you. Now, it also will connect and integrate with many things. For example, it will integrate with Google Analytics natively, Dropbox, Google Drive, and Microsoft 365. This is where I'm going to get my files from, my images. It connects to WordPress with a plugin. Y'all know how I feel about plugins, but it's a pretty cool plugin, and I'll show you that in a minute. Same with YouTube. You can schedule out your YouTube. Email marketing, it surprises me that there is not ConvertKit here, but I'm not sure I'd want that here anyway. I mean, I might schedule it here, but I want to do that manually. That's just me thinking. It does a lot of project management, Asana, HubSpot, Jira, Trello. This is all natively. The ones that aren't here, well, here's Shopify, by the way, Infusionsoft, Slack, Todoist. The ones that aren't listed here, you can probably do a Zapier Zap. Okay. I've created 2 Zaps. And the reason I have is twofold. I want to, first of all, find out if it's going to be a problem. And secondly, I want to see if it actually works well. Okay. So I created 2. Um, and I will show you those 2. I use this one. I have one that CoSchedule. If I create a task in CoSchedule, since I use ClickUp, I want it to create that task in ClickUp, which it does very well. If I create an event in CoSchedule, I want it to add it to my Google Calendar. Okay. It may not seem like a lot, but let's consider this one right here. If I create a task in CoSchedule and it goes to ClickUp every time, well, that's, a lot of tasks. And every time it accesses that, I believe it costs me in zaps or tasks. So what you can see here is this pricing. Okay. You can keep it for free, but you only get 100 tasks a month. As a starter, I think you can get 750, but if you do their trial, I believe you get 1,000 for the starter for the $19.99 a month. So those are just some of the things. So keep that in mind. I'm actually testing this right now to see how the Zaps work, and I will be posting about that a little bit later on. But that is what you can do. Now, as far as that was integrations and Zap. Okay, as far as the calendar is concerned, one of the coolest things, as I told you, was the integration with WordPress. So let's go back to the calendar, and I will just show you what I put in here with WordPress. So I created a new one by clicking on here, right? And you see I've got project, social, WordPress, or a calendar event, a note, or books or social upload. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a WordPress, and I give it my new WordPress title, right? New blog title. Up here in the circles, I can set these to be anything I want. I did mine by blog post by website, because that's the way my company's organized. You could do it by category. You could do it by project. Just any way you want to do it is fine. And then here is the date that I actually want it to publish. I set it far enough off so it gives me plenty of time to write this post, but it's already scheduled to go. It gives me other options. Now, it's important to put a description here, because if you do not put a description in the social profile area, then it will, it'll default back to here. So it's important to put a description here as social media defaults to this description. Okay, so if you forget or whatever, then this will be your social media description. You can add tags. These are my personal tags. You can do whatever you want to do there. And you can add more than one tag, right? And when you're ready, you say create. Let's put this in Annie Richardson Consulting and create WordPress. Now, a couple of interesting things happen here. It's going to Annie Richardson Consulting. This will not do anything until I tell it otherwise. Okay, I can give it, here's the author, I can tell it's me, right? I can say what categories it goes to, and it automatically pulled those in for me. It will analyze my header and tell me what's wrong with it, right? And then I can actually edit this in WordPress by just clicking that button. And as you can see, it says save draft, it's a preview, I can schedule it, so forth and so on. So let's just add a few things here. Adding a paragraph or two to show up in CoSchedule. Sometimes it does take a few minutes, but we'll see, right? All right. So you will also see that down at the bottom, this marketing calendar is also showing down here, right? So it's going to show you again, as I play with that title, it's going to change that. The cool thing, now this also shows up in your CoSchedule, but the really cool thing here is what I can do with this. All right. I can set up a template so that this is automatically set up at the time and the dates that I want it to publish, or I can do it manually. So this one, on the same day it's publishing, I want it to put, there it is, right? I want it to put a particular image. I know I have some images here. All right, let's put this image here, right? So it's going to link that image. I can't upload that file. Why not? Oh, I have to do it on the other side, I bet. There we go. Save. Okay. And, I can put some information in here, right? I can add a description specifically for this post. Now, specifically, I can't spell today, obviously. Here's where I get to choose where of these social profiles that this is going to go. Couple of things. As I told you, if I say Instagram, this is great. It puts it on the calendar, it saves it, it's ready to go. I can set up a template that puts my hashtags in here, right? My normal one, so forth and so on. And then I save it. Okay. The next one I do maybe is going to be, I don't know, we'll make it a Facebook post. I have no idea what some of these are, so I better be careful. Here we go. This is my favorite picture anyway. So this is obviously going to be my featured image or my Facebook image, right? So I want this to go to Facebook. And again, this is telling me it's going to publish on February 9th. If I don't want it then, I just edit this and I say when I want it to publish, 3 days, 2 days, a certain day. and the best time. And I want it to go ahead and analyze and tell me when is the best time to do this particular post, right? So that's basically, and again, I can put a different description in here, right? That will go with my Facebook post. Description for Facebook. All right. And then I reanalyze and it says, okay, you're good to go, so forth and so on, and save. All right. And you just keep going on. When you're finished, and we go back to CoSchedule, now it may take a few minutes to come back to what it was. Let's see. I may have to go back and go back in. Nope. See, it popped up right here. So whatever changes, if I change here, it's going to pop up on your blog post without a problem. This is not going to do anything as long as it's in draft. Even if that date comes up, it's not going to post. What I do is I go ahead and do my blog post here. I edit it in WordPress. I add all the things. I get it ready to post. And then I say pending review. And that gives me one more chance to go through and say, is everything ready to go? When I'm convinced that it is, I say scheduled, and it will schedule to be posted on that date. All right. Automatically. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to think about it. It just does, which I think is really special. Now, a lot of folks do this for like months at a time. I'm not quite that organized. I can go about 2 weeks, is about the best I can do. Okay. So, what about if I don't use WordPress? Like me, I use Kajabi. So, here's what I did. I took and I put all of that information, right? It's a post in social. It's going to go to Your Fairy Blog Mother. It is a blog post. I want it to be posted on today sometime, right? And it's still in draft mode. Right now, though, I've got it in a document in WordPress. I can now edit it right here, right? Or I could go ahead and open Google Docs and edit it there. Either way, I've got a couple of options here. When I'm done, I can download a PDF or an HTML file or convert it to WordPress. That's pretty nifty as far as I'm concerned, right? Then down here, of course, I do the same thing with my social media. Now, it's going to not publish my blog post because that's me, right? That's a manual process, but it will publish these things. It will publish my social media, which I think is pretty special, right? So that's a little bit about that. Let's go back to the calendar and look at two more things. Let's say, for sake of argument, that you want to do a video. That is a different project, and a podcast is a different project, right? Now, see, you'll notice that those that I scheduled showed up here for the actual social media. So you can look at a glance and go, "Oh, okay, well, I see. I'm doing it once a day. That's pretty cool, right? That's where I want it to be. I can move this. Look, check it out. Did you see that when I clicked on it, I saw what the actual thing is going to be, the image. So that's cool too, right? So you can click on it, you can see the whole image, you can find out anything you want to know about it, or just barely hold your mouse down and it will do it for you. So let's go back and look at the projects again. Here's a video project, and all I did is I just clicked this and I created a project. When I create a project, I have several options here. I can do just a social campaign. I can do an email marketing campaign, which is really great if you want to use Google Docs and just, upload them. It's all ready to go right here. I can write an article, a newsletter, a podcast, video, or a white paper. And each of these have different options, right? So let's say it's a video, and I can add tags to that video, right? New video project. I can add tags, description, new video project for YouTube, right? So I'm going to create my project. And I'm going to leave this as a social campaign. And on my social, I'm going to, make it a link to my YouTube, right? So I create a video. Let's find a video. In any case, it's going to show, the video, and I'm going to be able to post it to YouTube once it's shown. All right. So anyway, that's how you do your video, right? So once you're done, the same thing goes on up here. Draft, pending review, and scheduled, or you can just move it to ideas. I've not, this is just a thought I have. I haven't really done anything with it yet. Okay. And that's how you do it. So I like the fact that I can look at my images here and see, what I'm truly posting to make sure that I'm not posting it, in a silly way. So that does help. You do have an idea bin, which is pretty cool. And you can set it as an idea so that it doesn't clog up everything, and you can just move on. And you got some other ideas over here. You can group it. You can do it by social media, so forth and so on. So that's pretty much the way that it works. And I think it's great. Now, a lot of people do this for months at a time. Like I said, I could barely do 2 weeks at a time, but I think it'll be a big time saver for me. Even if I don't have the blog post written yet, I know I've got to write one and it's ready to go. Maybe I had time to go ahead and do my images or something. It reminds me up front, hey, you got a blog post that's due. This day comes and it still needs to be rescheduled. Well, okay, move it. It's just that simple. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments whether or not the Pinterest not being able to be connected is a problem for you, or the having to go to your phone and do the Instagram. I'm very curious to see what everybody thinks there. Okay. So let me know. I hope that you have enjoyed this and it's been effective for you. Let me know what you think. As always, I'm Annie, your fairy blog mother, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, y'all. No. Yes, yes. Wait.